It is very important to understand that everyone who is a professional or an expert started out as a beginner. Everyone who you see on social media now who is killing it started out at 0 subscribers. When you understand that, you get to understand that there are mistakes that everyone makes. Look at these 7 mistakes that will save you a lot of time and help you along on your journey. Now, the first one is not doing target audience research. When I just first started out, I used to hear about target audience all the time. I'm like, what is that? I don't care what that is. I'm not doing that. That has nothing to do with me. I'm all about what I'm doing, and I'm just doing whatever I'm doing, right? But that is not how content creation works. That is not how social media works. I've said it before in previous videos. The purpose of social media is to build trust. It's to build an audience. It's to build a pool of people that you're now able to leverage their attention. However, the real thing that you're giving to these pools of people is value. And for you to really provide value to someone, you first need to know who they are. So you need to do target audience research. You need to know the age of people that you're going for. Maybe you need to know a gender. Not every industry or niche is going to need you to pick out or slice out a specific gender. But there are certain criteria that you need to establish. Maybe income bracket that they're in. Maybe the type of interests that they have. Specifically, their interests should align with whatever you're trying to do on social media. For example, if you're a makeup artist, I normally use makeup artists as an example, but your target audience could be people who are interested in makeup. Now, is it everyone who is interested in makeup? Maybe it is people who are interested in makeup that are between the age of 20 to 60 years old. You want to help a large group of people that are trying to learn about makeup. Maybe it's people who are trying to purchase makeup services in United States, Atlanta. When you know who your target audience is, you're then able to provide them with value. For example, if you know that your target audience is older women who are interested in makeup services, then you know that maybe you need to do more makeup tutorials that are in line with who they are and the type of events that they're going to. Maybe they're going to fundraisers and subtle looks. Maybe it's makeup options that make them look younger. Makeup looks that are relevant to older women. So when you establish your target audience, yes, you will still be able to do the things that you want, which is makeup. You want to teach makeup, or you want people to purchase your makeup products or makeup services. However, when you know your target audience, you're able to provide them with a different level of value, because once you're able to personalize your content and personalize the amount of information that you're able to provide to that person, then you're able to get more response, more engagement from this target audience. They're more interested because they're saying, wow, you're not just doing a random makeup video for every single person on the planet who wants to watch makeup. You're making a makeup video for that lady who is literally in her 60s, who is looking for a specific look that will be for her, and you will provide that. She's going to watch your video. She's going to comment on your post. If you have something that you featured in that video, she's going to buy that product because you made that video for her. That is how important target audience research is. As a beginner, you need to not skip this step. It's very important. The next is inconsistent posting. A lot of people get sometimes motivated when they see someone talk about, yo, I posted on social media, just do this trend or do this thing, use this sound. There's a lot of information out there. In my experience, the one thing that will take you from being a beginner to being an expert in social media, the quickest time is through consistent posting. By posting every single week, posting every single day, being very consistent with it. And when I say consistent, it means for a long time. Maybe posting every single day for a year. Maybe posting every single week for 5 years straight. And you never mess up those postings. That is very important. It goes a long way. It makes sure that your audience know when to expect value from you. It will also challenge you to increase the quality of your content, because when you do something for long, you get to learn all of the ins and outs of content creation, how to elevate your quality. But you need to make sure that you're posting consistently. Sometimes you might need to reduce your quality so that you're able to meet the posting frequency that you need to hit. You need to hit once a day or hit once a week. I personally feel once a week is not enough. You need to make sure that you're posting enough times on social media to learn. I know a lot of us feel like we're going to be embarrassed, like, oh my God, people are just going to see this and just think that it is crap or think that it's not worthy content. The truth is, you could spend a whole year and work on content and nobody will still watch it. That's a truth, because you need to show up more times than you think you need to show up. Establish a rhythm, and more people are able to come back, and the platforms are getting used to you, and people are saying, this person is serious about content creation. I really need to follow them. This person actually, shows the type of content that I am interested in. I'm going to make sure that every single day when they post, I check in and I learn. And that moves from being one person to being 2 persons, to being 10 persons, to being 20 persons, until you have tens of thousands of followers, and these people show up every day. And this goes for also people who are not beginners. When you are even established, you have millions of followers and you fall off from your consistent schedule, you're posting and you're not posting consistently, you'll start to realize that your engagement is falling. You may have millions of followers and you're not getting millions of views per post because you're not showing up consistently. You're not having a real impact on your audience. And the way in which you are able to, reach more people is to consistently post, consistently show up every single day, every other day. Establish a posting frequency. This will help you learn so many lessons faster than all of your friends. All of your friends that are beginner content creators, you will surpass them. You will surpass them quickly if you just establish a posting frequency that is fairly high and it's a real challenge to yourself, and you challenge yourself and you do it and you execute. And you may mess up, but you still try your best to keep that posting schedule. I promise you, you will beat everybody. You will learn more. You'll be able to act on more ideas that you have in your brain. Your skills will also get way better. Imagine someone who does makeup. They only watch tutorials every now and then. They practice every now and then. Or you have somebody who has clients and they just do client work. They only do the type of work that their clients want. You who do content creation and you do it consistently, you will have to cover aspects of makeup, artistry, or whatever you do in your niche more and better than both of those two persons that I just listed before. You will be doing more and acting on more, practicing more. So you will become a better makeup artist or a better electrician or a better content creator faster than other people who are not practicing content creation. It simply allows you to get the reps in, and you're able to also get the reps in while increasing your quality consistently. That's a big thing. So make sure that you get into consistent posting. And if you're struggling with how do you do that, how do I have so many ideas, we have videos on our channel, Never Run Out of Ideas, who explain all of this, where you can watch it, find it in the cards here. The next one is making really low quality videos. Now, some people take the posting schedule that I talk about and they put like this insane posting schedule. Everything, there's a balance. Now, the balance here with content creation is the balance between quality and quantity. Quantity in your early days needs to be high, and yes, your quality is going to be sacrificed. However, when I also say really low quality, it's that there is no value. There's just nothing in your videos that is worth watching. Now, what is value? Value is to give something. When you're doing content creation, it is not about you getting something. It is not about you getting views. It's not about you getting likes. It's not about you getting comments. It is about you imparting value and imparting something on your audience. This value could be an emotion. You could allow them to feel something. It could be learning something. It could be advice. It could be teaching them something that they've never been taught before and challenging them to act on that thing that you just taught them. But it is all about you giving something. And the more you give, the more you practice consistent posting and more content creation, it's the higher your value will become. So the way in which they calculate value on a mathematical point of view is you have something remarkable, a dream outcome that you're promising to your audience. This is gonna be a little bit more advanced than stuff that I was talking about earlier, but I just want to make sure that you have an early grasp on what value is, because it's a word that is thrown around a lot, and people who don't understand what value truly is, it's lost on them. So they don't really get the idea that we're trying to portray. But value is where you promise a dream outcome, like something remarkable, this amazing makeup look, this amazing physique that I'm promising you that you will get in 30 days. Then you need to make sure that the person feels as if they're able to achieve it. That's the perceived likelihood of success. That means that you need to let them know that it is easy to do. It is very simple to do. And if they follow your instructions, that they will also achieve. You need to portray yourself as an expert. This will also give trust and allow them to think that, hey, I'm able to do this for real. Once you establish this dream outcome and you allow them to feel as if they will achieve this dream outcome, you now need to make sure that they're able to achieve this amazing thing in a short amount of time. Now, this is the time delay. You need to make this time delay as short as possible. Sometimes teaching a very important or valuable thing, but in a short amount of time, in 5 minutes. So you need to give it to them in a short amount of time, or allow them to achieve this amazing dream outcome in a short amount of time. The shorter the time, the more valuable this thing becomes. The higher the dream outcome is, the more valuable this thing becomes. And then the last lever that you need to be reducing is the amount of effort that they need to put in. Achieve this amazing makeup wing in just 3 simple steps, and you give them that video in 3 minutes. That is a valuable video. That video will get views, and that is how you provide valuable content to your audience. This is a very complicated thing, and if that explanation was enough for you, then try your best and act on it. The first time that you try to make valuable content, the value will not be high. It will not be amazingly high. However, the more you continue to try and provide value to your audience, is the more you will get to understand how value is built and created. And that is how you just practice and get better at creating valuable content. But just seeing something out there, something that you like, and just execute on that thing, in my opinion, it is not the best strategy for a long-term content creation journey. You will eventually run out of ideas that you want to do. So it's always best to have value in mind when you're providing content to your audience. And value is what quality is. It's not how HD your video is or how high-res your video is. Those things matter, but they don't matter when you're a beginner. Only thing that matters when you're a beginner right now is learning how to provide value, and how to provide that value very very often at a high posting frequency, right? And make sure that you're hitting all the points that we talked about earlier. The next thing that beginner content creators make when they're entering into this journey is underestimating the packaging of their content. Now, what we spoke about earlier was the content itself, the video itself, how to make that video really good. We talk about the frequency of your posting. We also talk about who this video is for. However, when you finish all of that, this video needs to be packaged. You need to make sure that people see this video in a good way. You need to have a good thumbnail. You need to have a good title. You need to have a good description. But your thumbnail and your title are really not something that you need to underestimate. These two things are on the front lines for your content. They're the first two things that people will see. They're the first two touch points that people will have with your content. They try to persuade people to watch your video. So it simply means that yes, you may work really hard on creating a really good video, but if you drop the ball on your thumbnail and your title, then you will realize that a lot of your hard work will go to waste. So you need to make sure that you're able to hone your skills on thumbnail creation, hone your skills on copywriting. How do you communicate all of what you just said in this video in a very short title? How do you visually communicate all of what this video is about in a very small thumbnail? Because most people are seeing this on their phone, and it's also a smaller portion of the screen because they have to show other videos, other thumbnails on that screen as well. So it's going to be a very small box. You have to make sure that you're able to use that small box to persuade as many people to click on it and say, hey, this is what is important to me. I'm going to watch this person's video. Your thumbnail and your title are not two things that you should ever underestimate. Not because you have an amazing video mean that your thumbnail and your title don't matter. Make sure that when you're in this content creation, learn these skills. Learn graphic design as a skill so that you can make better thumbnails, and also learn copywriting so that you can make better titles and descriptions and captions, so that people are able to engage with your content because they see that it has value from just a glance at your packaging. The next one as a beginner that I see a lot of people overlook is engaging with their audience. Now, I think I said this earlier. The main purpose of social media is to build an audience. It's building a community of people who are interested in what you do. Your job is to provide them with as much value as possible, and then their job is to provide you with their attention, and they will also grace you with their response through likes, through comments, and you need to make sure that you're thanking them for that support, because that support, it is what will propel your career and propel your social media platforms. If somebody comments on your videos, take the time out to comment and reply to that comment. It is very important. They're not just bots, they're real people. Every single comment was written by a real person. I'm going to assume that you're a beginner, so every person that you're engaging with is a real person. They took the time to watch your video that you created and they wrote a comment. If they ask a question, take the time to answer that question. And sometimes as well, that you need to engage with them. You need to start that engagement by asking them questions. If they don't answer in the first days, that's all right. Keep asking questions, because these people will eventually come and they'll eventually see your questions and they'll be like, wow, this is actually a question that is important to me. I'm going to answer this question. And they answer that question, and then you will then engage with that answer and start a feedback loop with your audience. You need to make the distance between you and them to be as small as possible. And you do that through talking to them, being personable, being charismatic, and being open to all of their feedback and what they have to say. The last mistake that I think a lot of beginners make is learning and adapting to the changes that will come in the year that they're performing content creation. Learning and adapting is something that you need in every aspect of your life, and it is no different in content creation. You need to learn the latest tools, you need to learn the latest social media features, and you need to engage with those. When Instagram dropped Reels, everyone who knew about social media and they are knowledgeable about social media, they went and they posted Reels because they understood that a lot of people who aren't really in content creation, they're just, the consumers of the content, they are gonna go to Reels. They are interested in Reels. TikTok started that wave of just swiping into this continuous stream of content. People love what is new. They will consume it. And you want to be there when the platforms make that shift, or when the consumers make that shift. You will always be rewarded for learning. Learning and adapting is your strongest skill that you need to make sure that you fall in love. You cannot do the same tricks forever. You need to learn. You need to adapt. You need to change up your strategy. You need to become more. You need to learn the latest tools. You need to learn the latest softwares. You need to learn the latest skills. Building on your skills, you need to learn how to talk to people. You need to learn how to build better videos. You need to learn how to do email marketing. You need to learn how to do better marketing overall. You need to learn how to incorporate promotions in your videos and how to make money from your content creation efforts. All of these things will not necessarily just, go inside of your head through experience. If you wait on experience to learn learn every single thing that you need to learn, then you're going to be a very old person before you get to enjoy those things. If you learn by learning from other people's mistakes, then you will live a better life. That is something that I've embodied, and I've learned that personally from myself. Read books on content creation. Learn all the skills that are necessary for your growth. You will realize that it may take someone who is not learning 10 years to get 100,000 subscribers. When you learn and you continuously improve on your thing and you're acting on all the things that you're learning and adapting your strategy, adapting everything to what you're learning, you'll realize that the rate of which you're growing is completely different than somebody else who is not learning. They're struggling with things that they don't even know about. They're just guessing, and you will be learning. You'll be exploring your mind, bringing new information into your system, building on all of what you know already, and multiplying. Every time you bring new information into what you know already, you multiply all the things that are in your brain. For example, if somebody's in distribution for a very long time and then they learn about the internet, that is just multiplying all of the things that they knew about distribution before. That's exactly what happened with Jeff Bezos. He was actually a bookstore company, and then he was all about distributing books, and then he learned about the internet. That is distribution on a whole new scale. What if he didn't go out and learn and improve his system? We may have not have had Amazon on our hands. So you need to continuously go out and learn. Artificial intelligence is not going to replace you. It is a tool that will help you to become a better electrician. It will help you to become a better barber. It will help you to become a better content creator. You will be able now to not take a week to do a video. It will take you maybe a day now to do a video. And now you're not able to spend a long time working on all of these things. You're now able to put yourself in a more important role and just focus on more videos, building a bigger brand and becoming a better person. Learning is not something that you should ever frown upon. It is something that is here to help you. It is the growth formula. So that is something that a lot of beginners miss out on. I certainly didn't learn as much as I should have been learning in the earlier days. I was just all about learning my skill, which was design and content creation, video production, really. That's all I was just focused on learning. And then I started learning about marketing. I started learning about social media, and I started learning how my skills that I've been honing before were now being multiplied because I now learned something new about social media and content creation, publishing, all of this. And that is how learning works. So if you're able to bypass all of these mistakes, your growth is going to be insane. Learning is also only step one though. Learning about something is only the first step. Practicing, putting it into action. That is where you actually move the needle. That is where you actually grow. Everything that we spoke about here, make sure that you act on them. Make sure that you are doing target audience research. Make sure you are establishing a posting frequency. Make sure that you are making valuable content. Make sure that you are focusing on the packaging of your content, the thumbnails, the titles, making them better and better with every video. Make sure that you're engaging with your audience. Make sure that you're talking to them, you're initiating conversation, and when they initiate, you make sure that you continue that feedback loop and continue building this community of people who are all just interested about what you do, makeup or tech or AI or whatever it is, and continue to learn and continue to act on what you learn. Practice it and then go off and learn something else and learn new skills. So thank you guys so much for watching. Have a nice one.